Hello, Christian friends. So this video may be a little bit different than other videos. This is just what's on my heart today. I have never shared this publicly, but I have had a miscarriage. In between my first two children, there's a gap of 4 years. That was not intentional. There was going to be a baby in between the two of them. So let me tell you about my experience in hopes that it can help you if you've had a miscarriage or know of someone else who's had a miscarriage. This miscarriage obviously was not planned. I was planning on having a baby. I was planning on having this baby at a different time than my oldest was born. More like, I believe the baby would have been born in March. So the way it happened is things were going well. And then at the 12-week checkup, I actually requested a 12-week checkup because I wasn't feeling the baby moving. I had been feeling the baby moving, but I wasn't feeling anything. And I was starting to feel some spotting. And I know that there are some warning signs. Of course, after having been pregnant and having a child before, I knew some of the warning signs to look out for. And I was watching for these warning signs, and I wasn't feeling the baby. And so at 12 weeks, we actually had a checkup to see how the baby was doing, had an ultrasound, and the baby was dead. Don't know how it happened, don't know why it happened. My personal perspective as a Christian, you may not believe this, but I believe that certain children are born for a certain amount of times because they just needed a body. And again, this is different than a lot of Christians, but I believe that before they're the age of 8, if they are dead, either before they're born or something happens traumatic or an accident that happens before they are 8 and they pass away, they just needed to be on the earth for that short period of time, and God took them home to heaven with him. Again, I know this is different than many Christians believe, and if you want to ask me more about it, feel free to ask about the comments, but let's get back to the miscarriage that I had. So with any loss, there is a sense of a sadness, a sense of incomplete feelings, a sense of what's going to happen now. Even if you've never had a miscarriage, have you had that experience in your life where you just feel the loss? You just feel the sadness. You just feel the, I was planning on this, but this happened. And now things are not the same. It is a bit of a grieving process to go through, to go through that the baby wasn't meant to be a part of your family at that point in time. Sometimes babies come back. I actually heard from my mom that she had a miscarriage before I was born, in between my oldest brother and me, and then she got pregnant again and believed it was me. So sometimes I believe that children are given a second chance. Why that happens, I do not know. You can ask God and look in the scriptures to see what insights you can receive on why that may happen. But basically, I just don't know. But one thing I do know is it hurts. It hurts to be expecting, to be hoping, to be longing, and then it doesn't happen. It's kind of a sense of loss. I mentioned that before, but total and complete utter loss and a bit of a loss of faith, because you're expecting this new child to come into your life, and then they don't. I guess the biggest thing that I did to mourn the loss of this baby is to know that God had a plan. Just simply having that baby inside of my body for that short amount of time, there was a plan. And this baby only needed the body for a few short weeks. And I guess for me, it makes it easier since I've had a couple of children since then. And I guess this was on my mind because I was talking to God. Usually that's what I do when I drive on the way to and from work, is I just talk to God. I just pray. I tell him things I'm grateful for. I tell him things I'm thinking about. I problem solve with him or tell him my frustrations, that type of thing. I just speak to him as a friend because he is my best friend. And I guess for me, any mourning of any loss, it helps when you realize the point, when you realize the benefit that occurred because of it. For me, even if I have my dreams dashed or they don't happen in a timeline that I want, for me it's important to dream. For me it's important to have those dreams, those aspirations, those hopes. Just for the simple fact of feeling that joy, feeling that peace for those few short weeks. And knowing, in my opinion, my beliefs, is that I will see this child. I will see the person who was going to become a part of my family again. And I believe that I will be able to raise this baby into adulthood. And the point I see in having this experience, if for no other reason than to empathize with others that have had a miscarriage, to know how it feels, not just sympathize, oh, I'm sorry for you, that must have been hard, but to know deep down inside how much that hurt. How much the loss hurts, and how much it hurts to have your hopes and dreams dashed for this baby to be a part of your family. That's the way I've looked at a lot of different things in my life, some of which I'll start talking about on this channel. But if for no other reason than God giving that baby a body, and for me, having empathy for those who have had miscarriages before, that was enough. I believe that was enough to go through that experience, go through the sadness, go through the pain, go through the sorrow, go through the loss, go through the short loss of faith, to know that God is a God of miracles. And when he closes a door somewhere, he opens a window. And I know that any loss, we know from the Bible, how much loss did Job go through? How much loss? But how much did he get back? So much. I also have that hope of whatever happens in the future, karma, that I will receive the godly payback, so to speak, from that. And I will receive some benefit from having that experience. Please comment any questions that you have. If you have also had a miscarriage, I would love to know in the comments so I can empathize with you. If you know of anyone who is a Christian who's had a miscarriage, who just doesn't understand, please send them this video. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, I would love to share more faith-based videos with you. If you have something that you would like to share on my channel, if you'd like to share a video, please let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. I will be reaching out to some of you that I know already that have YouTube channels that are very visual on them. No matter what's happening in your life today, God bless you. If you have any prayer requests, I will pray for you. Have a great day.